So today we are going to be going through the Dayton Public Schools school bus scrap and salvage line. So you'll see a lot of Bluebirds in here, some ICs, some Thomases. This one, number 330, was in service this past school year, but looks like it's been relegated to the scrap line. Number 52 has been here for a while. Looks like somebody was pulling some items out of the electrical panel here. You can see what all these buses were replaced by: a brand new fleet of Thomas C2s. This one's been out of service for a couple of years. You can see the old green inspection sticker there, or what's left of it. Number 133, another one that was in service this past school year. Pretty sharply spec'd. It's got luggage bays, tinted windows, and the works, but here it is. Number 240 has most of the rear end stripped off of it. Or not the entire rear end, but you know what I mean. They stuck the door inside, took the lights off. You can see they also took the outer skins off of some of the seats inside, so I'm guessing this one is heading straight to the scrapyard. What's so unusual about some of these buses is how recent they are. I don't know the exact model year of this one, but it's maybe 7 or 8 years old, and already it's retired. For the most part, you'll be seeing a lot of these Bluebird 3800s. Mostly late 90s, early 2000s, but there's some surprises in there as well. Now, for the most part, barring any mechanical stuff that I can't see by looking at it, these seem to be in pretty decent shape in terms of rust and body condition. They've got your typical scratches and dents and normal wear and tear, but for Ohio buses, they're really not that bad. As a side note, this is not trespassing. There's a nice little line all the way along the perimeter of the fence down to James H. McGee Boulevard, so you can take your bus pictures without breaking any laws, which is always nice. I don't know for a fact that they've retired all of them, but they retired several of these second generation IC CEs. Number 82, probably an older 3800 based on the lack of black paint all the way around the warning lights. And as you can see on number 88 here, they are in fact auctioning off a lot of these buses. Some of them that have more parts taken off are probably headed straight to the scrapper, but they've been putting these on gov deals, I believe, maybe 2 or 3 buses at a time. So considering they've been retired for about a year now, it's taking maybe longer than it should be, but at least somebody is buying these, I would assume. There's many more buses to go. A lot of trash back here, sorry about that. Not sure whose property this is, but haven't done a very good job maintaining it. Little fender bender on this one. One of the few buses with actual accident damage, I would assume. Still fixable. Nothing. I mean, they didn't even bend the cowl up that badly, but it definitely needs a new front bumper. Coming up to what is the oldest bus on the property, I believe. Number 192 here. You can tell from the older rims, the lack of black paint around the warning light, and most tellingly the older, can't focus on it, the older International logo. I think that orange one was only used through the early 90s, and they switched over to the silver one like that. I believe this is a 1991 or 92. Not an expert on model years, but that seems about right. So no other buses have older rims like that. And they also don't have this neat little card holder on the side for substitute route numbers or anything like that. So they used to have several of these retired over here, but I think they've sold off or probably scrapped the majority of them. You can see the scrapes and dents on some of the buses that are still in service, like that Vision over there, whatever number that is. It's pretty much par for the course here at Dayton from what I can see. Another bus being stripped of its good parts. Number 90 here, missing its grille, its mirrors, and goodness knows what else. And number 147 is missing its battery, so not going anywhere unless it's on the flatbed of a tow truck. And you can see even before they pulled most of these out of service, some of them were hanging out over here with these green out of service stickers on them, and they just never bothered to fix them back up. Now, if you had come here maybe a year and a half ago, they had a lot of Bluebird Fords. They had maybe 10 of those sitting near the back. They had some older early 90s Carpenter 3800s, even a couple of Crown by Carpenter Fords and Internationals as well. But they vanished from the front of the property, I don't know, maybe a year ago, once they started putting all these newer buses over here. I'm pretty sure they scrapped them straight away. You can probably guess where this Thomas Freightliner is headed just by a quick look at the rear end. Not only did they pull one hub off, but they left the other one flat. So I guess this one is going straight to the scrapper as well. You can see number 37 is one of the buses that's up for auction. However, with the slightly bent up rear panels, I would guess it's probably not going to bring very much. Most likely somebody will just want the engine and the rest of the powertrain, but I guess we'll see. You can see the slightly subpar cowl repairs on, what is this, number 320. Yep, slightly off balance thanks to that flat rear tire, but you know. 72. And like I said, they've been auctioning these off about 2 or 3 buses at a time on Gov Deals. So they are up there. I don't know which ones are currently being auctioned off, but if you want to see them, that's the place to go. Let's see a couple of CEs and Thomas Freightliners down there. And number 56, complete with the wear and tear and road grime still on the tires, and even more grime thanks to the trees overhead. And just a quick look from out here on James H. McGee. I couldn't tell you how surprised I was to see the newer revisions being retired already, like poor number 238 here. Guess it was due to reliability problems, but luckily they haven't retired all of them yet. Let's see, they've been cannibalizing this one. And you can see the rest of the fleet. C2s and Visions and stuff like that, but no more 3800s or anything like that in active service. So, thank you for watching, and watch out for those Dayton buses coming soon to an auction site near you.